Hi guys, Doga with Danielle here again. How are you all feeling? I must say I am enjoying this fabulous London weather that we're having this week. I hope you are all getting out there and catching some of those sunshine rays. Today I thought we would touch base on Kundalini yoga, which is another separate branch of yoga in itself. It's more an energetic and spiritual practice. It does have physical movement as well. However, it relies quite heavily on the chanting and the mantras, which you may have heard me mention in the previous chats that we've had. So, Kundalini yoga, what is it? It is a combination of breath, movement, and sound. So, with the usual practices that most people are aware of, it's the breath and the movement, and naturally there will be some sound that comes with that. However, this is focused on all three combining together to make the energy flow. It derives from the Sanskrit word kundal, which translates to coiled energy. The idea is that we all have energy gathered at the base of our spine, and through the practice of Kundalini we bring that energy up our spine through those 7 chakras and out of the crown of our head. So it's based in the root chakra and it needs tapping into. It doesn't automatically get released. It's something we need to be aware of, and we need to work on tapping into that energy. So the process of growth through Kundalini yoga can be seen as a natural unfolding of your own nature, mostly known as a Kundalini awakening, where we learn to trust in our own energy, power, and our own energy / power created through the wisdom we collect along our path, which we then tap into to expand our consciousness and the consciousness of the greater universe for the next chapter in our lives. So remember, on this basis, that next chapter in our lives could be our reincarnation. It's not even necessarily the life that we're living right here and right now in the physical being. Like a snake, you will need to shed old skins to be more of who you are. So in the essence of, I don't know, when I was 16, although I recognized the girl that I was, she was just a part of the path that has made me the woman I am today. But I've shed that immaturity to then delve deeper into my maturity. I think we can all relate to that as we get older. The ultimate goal of Kundalini is to increase your self-awareness by silencing your mind and unblocking your chakras so that your vital energy can flow freely. So your vital life source energy. With Kundalini, the concentration really does work on your energetic flow and field, which is fed from the inside out. You may have heard of your aura. When someone references an aura, they're talking about the unseen spiritual energy field that surrounds all living things. So not just us, that would be, the creatures of the earth, maybe a tree, etc. However, some would say that the aura is not unseen and is tangible as a colour spectrum that can be seen around your physical being. So sometimes some people say that you're glowing. That's your vibrancy and your energy showing through in your aura. Some people do say they can see a field of colour around some people. Some say that it's not necessarily a seeing, it's a feeling, a vibration, a knowing of that energy. What are the health benefits? Well, it builds your strength, improves your mood, lowers your blood pressure and heart rate, enhances your memory and focus, and boosts your metabolism and digestive system. I do feel it's quite important here, after having done a bit more research. I had a basic understanding of Kundalini yoga previously, and I have practiced it a couple of times myself. And I would agree with what the next statement is going to say. But I do think it's important to note that mental health, in terms of anxiety and stress, isn't necessarily noted here. It notes that it improves your mood, but it doesn't say it, de-stresses you or anything like that. This is because Kundalini yoga is also seen as the most potent practice of yoga due to the speed that it can have an impact on your internal and external energy flow. Once you release that energy, it's maybe possibly a bit like Pandora's box. You can't just put that back in. It would be advised to seek a Kundalini leader to guide you with this practice due to its potency. So it's like, how can I put this? All right, let's use Britney Spears as a prime example. Not because she practices Kundalini yoga, although she might do, I have no idea. When you're given something so great, when you're tapping into your imminent greatness, you have to be ready for it. You have to be ready to hold the potency of that energy. Now, when Britney first became, really famous, what was she, like 16, 15? She was so young. She had no life experience, and she hadn't had the ordinary days of life to, learn and practice and hone her skills of just life, I guess. And here she was then not handed on a platter. I'm not saying she didn't work for it. She's a fabulous performer. She does have some talent. I'm not saying it in that way. What I do mean is to be so young and gain access to what most people can really strive for, maybe up until they're 30 or whatever, to be that famous, to be that pop star, to be that so revered, to put on worldwide tours, etc., and have that energy. Was she ready for it? She, went on to have a breakdown publicly, which I feel that's heartbreaking to see somebody go through something like that, because she wasn't even ready for her own stardom or what her stardom brought to her. Because don't remember what you put out, and energy flows back as well, and what that can open up. Like the bouncing of the atoms, sometimes they combine and they work really well, and other times it will cause an explosion. That's the potency of the Kundalini yoga energy that can be brought in. And as I said, I've experienced it a couple of times, and I literally did 2 practices from a YouTube video, and I can honestly say there is a speed and there is an impact. There was quite a big change in my life within the space of a month just from practicing this YouTube video, which was all of about 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long, really quickly. I was quite, wow, okay. Nothing major as the Britney Spears, but the speed with which that impact had was mind-blowing. So I can kind of see where that potency comes from, and it's all really very interesting in when you're talking about energetic flows, and it can get quite scientific as well. In fact, there's been a lot of studies in Harvard, etc., around the physical, and it's not just a mental philosophy around what can actually happen physically within this energy. It has been studied and scientifically proven you will see the shifts on a physical plane as well. It's really very interesting. But there is so much to Kundalini yoga that I guess I'm going to leave it there with that, because that's literally just touching the outskirts of it. Tomorrow we'll talk about it again, and then we'll maybe speak about what to expect when you would attend a Kundalini class, and then also go into the other aspects of the chanting and the singing and the mantras that come into that. So yeah, I guess if you want to think about, to me, this is like, makes me think about the law of attraction and the book The Secret, and the tapping into that vibration and that frequency and those energies, or maybe even Abraham Hicks, if you've heard of them. It feels very much like they've seen this wisdom themselves and interpreted it into another version. Not another version, it is the same thing. It's still the same basic energy. I don't even want to call it basic, because it's not basic, is it? It's powerful stuff. But I guess what you would see is that they have interpreted that and shared that with the world in their own right, all the abundance and etc., that can come through tapping into this energetic field that lies within all of us, but also connects us as well. Very interesting. I'm going to leave a little link below. It's like a 2-minute video that I've found on YouTube, just to give you a rough idea of what a Kundalini class may look like. It's literally a 2-minute snippet of a Kundalini yoga teacher that has been practicing for over 50 years. And it was a series that she done for Aloe Moves. But I just wanted to give a small visual of what a class might look like. To me, it's not as in depth as what it could look like. It does look, what's the word? I don't know how to put it, but I'm going to say use the word Americanized, kind of showcased a bit. But yeah, just so you've got a visual of it. And obviously I'm not a Kundalini teacher, and there is a lot of potency to it, so I'm not going to try and share a chant or a mantra with you, but you are obviously more than welcome to have a nose yourself. There's plenty of videos on YouTube around it, and obviously plenty of websites that will have discussions, blogs, etc. as well. But we'll come back and we'll touch base on the rest of that tomorrow. It would be great to hear your thoughts and views. And yeah, I hope you found today's chat interesting. It's obviously not the yoga that you may well have thought about or known about, but that's why I wanted to bring it to the attention of everybody, that yoga isn't just a jump on a mat in a class or put on a YouTube video just to do a downward dog, etc. There are many aspects to it. So yeah, anyway, see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.